Right. Very good morning, Team Zimbabwe. Mamukase. Happy that I'm back so that we can talk. I hope we'll be able to actually have a communication, have a discussion, and actually talk. So the problems we have are network challenges. That is the reason why you see a lot of people complaining about our audio or our video quality and audio quality. But I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to actually articulate this and speak about this. So ZANU-PF is cornered. Why? It's because the president is supposed to attend United Nations Summit anytime soon. So what is going to happen is that we have seen South Africa, we have seen Zambia, all these against ZANU-PF and its government and how they're doing their things. And we have seen a call for this matter, the Zimbabwean problems, to be discussed by the heads of state, the African heads of state. And the best possible place for them to actually sit down and talk is the United Nations Summit, which is due in a few days to come. And what is going to happen is that a lot of issues are going to be raised to say, why are you fighting the people who are actually speaking about human rights in your own nation? And the president is cornered at this time, at this point in time, because he does have a bad record. Why? What has been happening in the courts of law in the nation of Zimbabwe has managed to expose him. Look at Honorable JOB SIKHALA. He has been denied bail. Look at the Gokwe boy, the Nembozia boy, has been granted bail. His passport has been released and he has been allowed to travel outside Zimbabwe, despite being involved in looting of millions. 5 million is not a joke. It's a lot of money, which if Zimbabwe was serious, it would attract even life in imprisonment. So you can actually see that these are allegations on Honorable JOB SIKHALA, not proven, but has been denied bail several times. Go to the Gokwe boy has been granted bail. And that mistake has put President Emerson Mnangagwa's government on a spotlight to an extent that even his allies like Themba Mliswa, they're actually speaking against it and actually airing their views to say this is not fair, this is not proper. We have seen those dubbed boys who call themselves friends of JOB SIKHALA coming out to try and pour some water on the fire, because they've seen that a lot of mistakes have been made so far. Because how can you grant Wajirajena bail and deny Honorable Scala bail, deny Honorable Stole bail, deny the Nyatsime 16 bail? You can actually see that this is a case of direct political persecution. Why? ZANU-PF has been calling for the stay of the incarcerated in prison for a very long time. And the magistrates court, the judges, are all doing that. If you look at the last judgment which was given by the High Court said they will give their reasons later. They just denied in bail without reasons, and they say reasons will follow. That is not how the law operates. The law should operate like this. You deny me bail, give me the reasons. You convict me, give me the reasons. And you can actually see that they have failed to actually reach at that level and at that stage. And right now, President Mnangagwa's only option is to release JOB SIKHALA just before United Nations and try to paint a picture. Yekuti, he is a listening president, to try and paint a picture. Yekuti, he is democratic and he has intervened, and he is going to try and create a picture where he is going to look like a savior or a saint to Honorable JOB SIKHALA. That is the reason why you have seen a lot of people running around trying to align themselves with JOB SIKHALA. The only problem now is now with Beatrice Mtetwa. Why? She is the lawyer of JOB SIKHALA in the Nyatsime 16. So is Beatrice Mtetwa going to apply for bail before President Mnangagwa travels to United Nations? That is the key important question here. Is she going to do that, or is she going to do it after he has traveled? So That is where the confusion is right now. The issue is now on who is actually going to push Beatrice Mtetwa to actually apply again for bail. So they are anticipating that since he has been denied bail at magistrate court, another application is going to be made at the High Court to precede this, which was denied at the magistrate court. Then they will actually give him bail. So there are two key issues at play. Number one, the issue of trying to save the image of President Mnangagwa. Number two, the issue of actually dividing the opposition. Those are two key issues which are at play. Why? You have seen people like what do you call him? Jim Kunaga. They came and said Nelson Chamisa has failed. Nelson Chamisa has failed to secure the release of JOB SIKHALA, has failed to act to make sure that JOB SIKHALA is released. How are you blaming Nelson Chamisa for that? Why? Nelson Chamisa is not a judge. Nelson Chamisa is not a judicial officer who works at any courts in the nation of Zimbabwe to an extent of actually giving somebody bail or to influence the court to give bail. It doesn't work like that. So Nelson Chamisa is not involved in all these things. This is a clear issue where the courts must actually do their own job. So for Jim Kunaka to come and attack Nelson Chamisa and say Nelson Chamisa was supposed to secure the release of JOB SIKHALA and is not doing that, so we are going to take over and do it. That is not proper. People must not be released based on protests. People must not be released based on pressure given by anybody. People must be released based on the law. What does the law say? The law says everybody is entitled to be given bail. JOB SIKHALA is a good candidate for bail. He has never absconded. He has never run away. He has never been convicted. He's not an ex-convict. So why are you not granting him bail? He does have a very good record of coming to court. He does have clients which he needs to represent. He does have assets here in Zimbabwe. So why is he going to run away? So look at people like JOB SIKHALA. He's been living in St. Mary's for a very long time. Somebody who with no prospect of even hiding money elsewhere. So this is the only chance for President Mnangagwa, because he's going to face massive resistance at the United Nations, because the people are actually going to demonstrate against him. The people are actually going to act against him. Tinashe Maponga, morning. Thank you very much, Tinashe Maponga, for coming. Good morning, Tinashe. I'm okay, I'm well. It's just that sometimes I'm having problems with my network. That is the only problem I have so far. Thank you very much for coming, Tinashe. So, my view is that President Mnangagwa is cornered and is going to release JOB SIKHALA just before his trip to the United Nations. But the problem is, how is he going to do that? Because if he goes directly, it will seem as if he is interfering or giving directives to the courts. But is Beatrice Mtetwa going to apply for another round of bail before he travels? Because that is the key issue here. That is the most important issue at play at this time around. So let us watch and see what is going to happen. What is going to happen next regarding this issue of Honorable JOB SIKHALA. But there is no option other than to release the Nyatsime 16 and Honorable JOB SIKHALA, because these people are innocent. You can't say they have committed this crime. The court must prove beyond reasonable doubts that actually they are actually innocent, and they must be tried coming from home. So this is my take. These are my views. I have tried to see what is going on in the political cycles, how ZANU-PF is actually responding, how the courts are actually dealing with this matter, and other ZANU-PF affiliates like the ZANU-PF original are actually dealing with this matter. And I have come to a conclusion that right now everybody is putting hopes on Nelson Chamisa, but Nelson Chamisa is refusing to play according to what these guys wanted. If you remember, in the past, I came and said there is a plan to actually make a case at the United Nations to say Nelson Chamisa won the 2018 election, and here's the evidence. But here is the thing. What are the conditions? That is the problem. Are these people trusted? No, they can't be trusted. These are the same people who are coming each and every day attacking Nelson Chamisa. We have created links to attack Nelson Chamisa left, right, and center, and they do it systematically. And right now, they are trying to portray Nelson Chamisa as a bad character. And at a certain point in time, they actually say, President Mnangagwa or Vice President Chiwenga have done ABCD to actually rescue JOB SIKHALA. So this is what they always are planning to do. They create conditions and situations which are difficult to deal with deliberately. But let us see what is going to happen, because United Nations is going to be on fire. We are going to see fireworks, because remember, Susan Mtami will be there. So it is going to be a very interesting moment. If the United Nations allows Susan Mtami to be there, it is going to be a very interesting moment. Chamiso Msiwa, morning. Thank you very much for coming, Chamiso. We are actually looking at the possibilities of President Mnangagwa releasing JOB SIKHALA just before the United Nations summit. So we have seen that we've established that he has been cornered, and there is no option left on his side for him to save himself, for him to save his image. The only thing is to make sure that he release Honorable JOB SIKHALA, because this has attracted massive criticism. How can you keep Honorable Sala in prison while you have released the thieves, the looters, and you have allowed them to travel outside Zimbabwe? It shows political persecution. It shows judicial capture, because everybody is entitled to bail the same way. So this is it in Zimbabwe. Honorable JOB SIKHALA is not a criminal. Honorable JOB SIKHALA is somebody who is upright, who has been fighting for the people, for the rights of the marginalized, of the oppressed. And how is ZANU-PF going to achieve this issue is so difficult to actually dictate at this moment, because they have failed to actually convince anybody with a reasonable mind to say Honorable SIKHALA should continue to be behind bars, because I don't see the logic. Nobody sees the logic behind all this. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. Let us watch and see what is going to happen. Is Beatrice Mtetwa going to give this to President Mnangagwa before he goes to United Nations, or it will be left for VP Chiwenga to actually direct and instruct the release of JOB SIKHALA after President Mnangagwa leaves for the United Nations Summit? So these are interesting moments ahead. Let us look and let us watch what is going to happen. Is the United Nations demonstration going to proceed? Let us also watch and see what is going to happen. So there are a lot of issues to cover. There is an issue of watching on in the Simbachi Kanza, and I need to come with that issue because it's a very important issue. I will show you why Simbachi Kanza is fighting watching on, and I will come with it if my time permits and if my network permits, because it's a very important issue we can't actually ignore, because we are heading towards the important summit, United Nations Summit. So interesting moments ahead, 26 to 29 October as well on the cards. Interesting moments ahead. So Team Zimbabwe, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your support. Rambai mchiti support, rambai subscribe, rambai mchi like, rambai mchi comment, rambai mchi share. Also in the comment section, rambai mchi too, how do you view our videos? Quality aside, what about the content itself? Let us have a discussion about that. Thank you very much for coming.